wise person once told me, dreams don't work unless you do.
We try so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, you know, among certain friends, yet the people we idolize most are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff, right? It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway?
Life is 10% what happens to you, is 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You got to say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always going to get ready to get set to get going. What we've got to do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is, even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. He said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this, you just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right, this is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this, other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you in a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy. The answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because He knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just the desire. It takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
Great question. How's everybody doing? It's June 13 and we are live with our basic Q&A, and I was just discussing with Greg, I think our reminder system glitched out on us. So Dwight and Michelle, you win the award for showing up without any reminders. But I see that the text just went out. It said training starts in an hour, and immediately it said training starts in 10 minutes. So
Yeah,
I think we're going to get some people here that way.
I just looked. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if you guys know, but Cloudflare, I think it was Cloudflare, went down yesterday, and it took millions and millions of websites down, of which Launch CRM was one of them. So because of that, and we were out almost all day yesterday. It was horrible. I had to take the day off. I didn't get any work done. But I went and looked at the automations, and they were just stuck because they hadn't gone out. So I just triggered them to go to the next step, and so they're going. Everyone's going to get a bunch of emails and stuff right now.
Perfect. Well, we're back. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know it was that big of an outage. I saw it on a couple of my Go High Level sites, and I didn't really. For me, it only lasted 20 minutes or so. But
I couldn't get anything going yesterday.
Huh. All right, Dwight, Michael, and Michelle, thanks for being here right on time. And you get dibs for first questions for launch ads. Let's see. Let's just do a quick poll. Dwight, Michael, and Michelle, have you run ads? I know a couple of you have, but give us just go ahead in the chat. Michelle has not run ads yet. All right. What's the holdup, Michelle? Are you just waiting for something, or are you having any trouble with getting it going? Feel free to unmute and join us in the conversation. And Dwight, I know, okay, setting up my first campaign myself. Perfect. I'm making calls, not placing ads right now. Okay, Michelle, gotcha. Vina, I know you've run some ads, so welcome to the show. And I know oftentimes I can do a demo of just the basics. I can do a specific demo. Of course, we have Greg in the house, so we always have his input that we can grab as well. But let's see.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be listening in, but I'm gonna go make myself some breakfast because I've been up since 6 this morning and I haven't stopped, so I got to get something to eat.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Go enjoy breakfast. Let's see. Anybody have a question? Please do a demo on the basics. All right, Michelle, that sounds good. We're going to do that. We'll step through this, and when I'm doing this, I can't watch the chat. So if you have a comment or a question, make sure you unmute and let me know. My ad worked, but the checklist landing page didn't. Atomic ads. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that second question means, Vina. Atomic ads will happen in
Well, last time in the advanced call, we did atomic testing, maybe it was called.
Okay.
Are we doing that for the landing page today? Like that's what
great question. That is a question that Greg will have to answer. So when he comes back, we'll let him answer that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah. All right. Michelle is looking for a demo of the basics, which is what I'm going to do. So we're going to go share screen. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to hit start recording. June 13 live basic. Start recording. Okay. I got the recording going. Now I'm going to share screen, and I'm going to share not this screen. Let me find the right screen. Right there. All right. All right. So this is our basic dashboard inside of the Launch CRM. This is inside of launchads.ai. This is a basic account that I've been doing some demos with, and on full accounts, probably most of you or some of you have full accounts and you see a lot more platforms. For me, I just have a few in here, but I'm getting that fixed so that I can show what it looks like. But let's step through the setup process. Let's say you're starting brand new, you haven't done anything. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to the home, and from here, Just give you a little preview. We've got a little prompt at the top that we can use to start an advertisement. We'll come back and look at that. But before we do any advertising, we have to connect our social media or platform that we're going to add on. So let's go to at the top. Let me see. Let me zoom in a little bit as well. I'm going to go to the top to social. Click on that. And you can see that in this account, I have Facebook and Instagram connected, but let's go through that process. I'm going to go connected accounts, and we can disconnect or connect accounts here. Let's see. I think it's safe for me to disconnect these and start again. I don't know what just happened there. Nice. I'm not sure exactly what happened. It took me to a new tab. That seems new. Please unmute and tell me if you are seeing right now this tab that says social accounts for launchads.ai. Somebody give me a yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. So let's see. We're going to go. This is already linked. Click on an icon. Are you sure you want to unlink? Okay, yeah. Sorry, this is not what you'll have to do normally, but I'm just doing it so we can see what it looks like. So when we first come in, we're not linked to anything. So what I'm going to do is click to link to Facebook. It's just going to go, and you can see here it says you previously logged in, which means I already had it connected, but you'll see something similar to this where you're going to connect your Facebook account. And in that case, I was already logged in. And I'm going to go to the one I'm running most ads for right now is Fostering Our Future at Grace Landing. And so you connect to your account, and then you connect to whichever page you're running traffic to right now, or you're running ads from. So I'm going to choose that and click submit. And there you go. It said at the top, I have successfully connected Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and do Instagram as well. Hold on. Your Instagram must be a business. Same thing, continue as Kevin, and I'm going to go use the same page. And now I'm linked to Facebook and Instagram, and it would be the same thing, same general process for anything else, any of the other platforms that we want to connect to. You're going to click it, you're going to choose yours, log into it if you're not logged in, and then give it access. So I'm going to close this tab and come back. And so now we're back at the main screen where you can see that now I have Facebook and Instagram are connected, which would be the process that you went through to get them connected. So let's go back now to, actually, let's go to the right here. So we're going to go all the way to the right at the top, and we're going to do brand context. And this is where you're going to set up your brand information. So here's the website. Here's a logo. And we can, from the website, if you want to put the website in, you can click generate. And if your website is set up well enough, click generate. It will go read your website and then develop a product or a service description. So this says, a brand dedicated to transforming family care through high quality foster care and prevention. It emphasizes support. And so I wouldn't say a brand. I would say this. I'm just going to change it. Fostering Our Future is dedicated to transforming. And we'll just do it that way. So this is kind of the basic description. Don't worry. This isn't your ad. This is just the overview of your brand. So here's the brand name, the industry. If you want to put a phone number in there, you can. The colors. This one changed. Let me go real quick and see that color. 6A, 5ACD. 6A, 5ACD. Perfect. And then this is centered around Central Florida, so I just am keeping this general area at Orlando, Florida. You can put a much broader area in here if you want to. Again, all of these things are optional, and so that's the first piece. This is the brand info. We can go second to instructions. And again, some of this stuff is, you can skip this if you want to, but this is just a way of giving launch ads more of a background for generating ads for you and for your products. So the instructions, these are AI instructions. This is informing the AI of how to write, who am I, what things do I want to avoid, what things do I want to include and make sure. And so for example, we could say, we could add knowledge level of the audience and beginner level. Interesting. That's interesting. Tab. The audience has a beginner level of knowledge. And again, it's just a statement though. It's just kind of added in here. This is going to help it decide how to write. And you can come back and change this if you don't like how things are being written. You can also, if you already have done this work with AI, you already have a full description of how to write for yourself. If you're writing copy, if you're writing newsletters, if you're writing emails, you can just copy and paste that in here as well. So again, this is just instructions for the AI so that it knows how to write for you. And then the last thing you can do here before you get started is you can actually go to media and you can upload images or specific things about your brand that you want to have available for ads. You can also, while you're here, you can upload. So the first button is to upload media. The second one is to, I can click on this and you can see that the AI did not find any images. I don't know why that logo is shown that way. That's an old logo, but you can select a creative asset. You can text to image. So you can type in, create an AI-based image, and you can go to Shutterstock, which let's just do this. Let's say foster family. Let's type in foster family and do a search. And okay, so this is kind of fun. So we'll go ahead and click that. We're going to add that to my media. I might use that. This is good for foster family. Here, adoption is love. Now, you're going to notice that these say Shutterstock. They have a Shutterstock watermark on them. When we actually run ads and use these images, that Shutterstock image watermark goes away. I'm just going to grab a bunch of these because they're actually pretty good for foster care. I like them. So there we go. Let's do all of those. And when you're done selecting images, you're just going to click the X. This is something you'll learn about launch ads at this point. There's no confirmation button like, continue or something like that. Usually for a lot of different things that we do, we just go up to the upper right and click the X and those images. So you can see I added those to click add to my media. And it should grab all of those and put them down here. Again, just to create a basis of images and videos. I could have done videos as well. It should be adding those to my media down here at the bottom. We'll wait for that. Any questions?
Kevin, quick question about that.
Sure.
Will these now show up in options when you're doing your ads?
Yes.
Oh, because I did it. I didn't do this before, and I was wondering why pictures I'd selected don't come up. So this is great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not sure. I'm a little concerned why it's taken so long here, but I don't want to exit because I want them to show up down here. You can see I have some media down here, which is more of the specific graphics and stuff we use on the site. Oh, there we go. Nope. Oh, okay. There they are. Okay. So they're now added to my just options. Again, we haven't created any ads. We could do the same thing with video. I could go over here to video and use the same thing. Let's just go to Shutterstock again. I don't want to do social service. I want to do foster family and search. All right. So I'm going to grab just 2 of these so it's quicker. These are interesting foster family videos. I'm not sure if I like these very much, but we're just going to grab a couple just so you can see how it works. Here's a dad playing with his daughter. And we're going to do an X again. It puts it up here at the top, and then we're going to do add to my media, which is going to go through that process. And this video on the left is one that I had already uploaded. This is a specific intro video to the organization. Okay, that's it. We just did brand info, instructions, and media. We've finished our brand context. And of course, we have no analytics yet. We're not going to go to the Creative Hub. We went to social and set and connected. So we are ready to create our first ad. And before I do that, I'm going to pop over here and just see if we've got in your sidebar interface. I see a lot more options like CRM automation. Dwight, let's see. I'm going to feature this so you know. In your sidebar interface, I see a lot more options like CRM, automation, etc. than in mine. So, Dwight, number one, there's a couple of ways to purchase launch ads. One is that you purchase it outright as its own product. The other one is you purchase it as part, or you get the CRM with it. So what you're looking at on my display is I'm logged into the CRM. And from inside the CRM, I'm accessing launch ads. So question for you, do you know which version of launch ads that you purchased? Because if you're just logging into launch ads, you won't see that sidebar. You have standalone. Okay, perfect. Yep, so that makes sense. So again, the context for that, guys, is I have over here on the left, Dwight was noticing all of these things. All of the left-hand side there is part of the CRM for launch ads or launch cart, the launch cart CRM. And then you can see that launch ads is just one subsection of the CRM. So that's why it may look different than if you bought launch ads as a standalone. Okay, we're ready to run an ad. Let's go to advertise. And we're already in connected accounts. And let's say we want to run an ad on Meta. So I'm going to click Meta. And we can decide our goal. Let's run a conversion ad. When you run a conversion ad, you have to have a pixel. So I'm going to go down here and grab my pixel. And my conversion goal is, we don't have contact, find location. We're going to say, I'm not seeing everything over here. There we go. We'll do complete registration, which would be fill out the form. Okay. And we're going to save that. That's our goal for our ad. And now we're in the place where we can actually create an ad. So it's going to fill things in initially. I have run some ads, so some of this won't necessarily be filled in immediately. But by the way, there's another way to go into this. I'll show you that as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this little pencil here. So we're in Create a Campaign. I'm going to click on the pencil to edit my prompt instructions and brand info to improve AI results. So we're going to give it a little bit more background. Oh, it's the same thing. That is not what I was looking for. Instructions. This is just taking us to the brand info. My bad. All right. So I'm going to run an ad because we're building an army of people that are paying $1 a day to fund fostering our future. And so it says foster a future today for just $1 a day. So I gave it a little title for the ad. If I want to, I can select my media. I'm just going to go based on everything I entered. So all of the brand context and everything. And I'm going to, based on this ad idea, I'm going to click generate. And now it's going to go and it's going to read the website. You can see it over here on the right. It's going to do a little more in-depth understanding of the business, generate targeting. It's going to write ad copy and finalize the creatives or the images or the videos or whatever that it's going to propose. It's going to put out there as options for us to include in our ad. So let's give it time to do that. Bill, so while it's doing that, Bill says, I purchased the full package and I have a GHL account. Is there a way to integrate that as a sub account in my current agency account. Don't want to interrupt, Bill. Gotcha. And yet I allowed it. Why is your audience size 0? Yeah, we're going to look at that, Michael. I noticed it myself. We'll take a look at that. But let's get it through its process. This is something, by the way, this narrow audience 0. I've seen it happen quite a bit, and Greg can answer this when he gets back, if he gets back from his breakfast, as far as his experience, because he actually runs a lot more ads than I do. But we're going to take a look at fixing that. Okay, so the initial ad is created, and we have an opportunity now to kind of go through it and see, all right, what did AI create for us, and what do we want to do with it? So for the first thing we're going to look at, we're going to ignore the images and videos and everything over here on the site. By the way, you see my audience went to 1,000,003 and 1,000,006. So it may have just been because the targeting hadn't been completed when we saw it before. So that's better. Okay, so together we make a difference at Fostering a Future. We believe in transforming lives in a family. For just $1 a day, you can help provide support, training, and resources. Okay, let's foster. That's okay. Dreaming for a better tomorrow. Let's create it. Fostering a Future is all about uplifting. Join us to be the change. These are okay. And again, so here's what you can do. You can look at these and go, I'm just going to run it, right? I'm not really used to running ad copy. I'm just going to run what launchads.ai gave me. If you're just starting out, click the buttons, launch the ad, see what happens. That's my take on it. If you want to read it and you're a little bit more detailed about your copy and you go, you know what, I don't like this headline here, you can go in and change. So I'm just going to go like this. We can change the world, right? I don't know. I'm going to change it to something else. But you can just type over what's there. You can click X if you don't like one version. You can click X. You can also click this little AI button here, and you can say, make this shorter and generate, and it'll go through. It'll take what's there and just do some editing for you on the fly. So it's going to give me 5 options. And I'm just going to choose one here. Let's go interested in building a better future. I don't like that one. All right, I don't like accomplish either. Sorry. I should just pick one. Let's just accept one. So you can see it just changed what was in there, and you can change the tone and some things like that. So the first thing we have is primary texts, and those are what's showing up here at the top of your ad, at the top of your post, if you will, the ad, which is showing up sort of as a post in people's feed. Secondly is headlines. Headlines show up down here at the bottom of the ad, and let's go take a look at those. Change a child's life for just $1 a day. Join Fostering a Future. Together we're making a difference. You can see it right here. This is showing up at the bottom. This is the headlines. And why do we have 4 of these and 4 of these? So this is one of the beautiful things about launchads.ai is what it's going to do. It's going to take the combinations of all of these different primary texts, combinations of all of these headlines, and the combinations of the images, whatever is chosen, whatever is selected, and it's going to create different ads that it actually puts out there, starts running, so that Launch Ads and Facebook are going to work together to find the ones that are working the best. And let me just go down here and show you. So if we were to go at the bottom here over on the right-hand side, and I haven't looked at images yet, we'll look at that in a second. But if we click on ad combinations, these are all of the different combinations of ads that are going to go up on our behalf. So it has created, this is kind of a strange one. Not sure what that is. It's created ads for us. Yeah. And we're going to take a look at all of these videos, but all of these different combinations are going to be put out there, and it's going to start testing to see which ones work and which ones don't work, and which ones, so it's going to look at all of the parts. It's going to look at the primary text, which one of those is working the best, the headings or headlines, and the images or videos. And it's going to determine over the course of time the ones that are working the best. it's going to start putting more money towards those ads versus the ones that are not working. So we've looked at primary text and headlines. Let me just run over here real quick. If you launch all these combinations and one gets rejected for whatever reason, will they all be rejected? Dwight, I think generally, I would say that if they're going to reject one, yeah, that they're going to reject the whole campaign, because these are so similar. It would be, I think, quite unusual for them to just reject one version of your ad. So I would say, yeah, if they're going to reject it, they're going to reject the whole ad campaign. All right, let's go. Let's keep working at it here. Let's go now to media. So you can see that this is a video ad, and you can see we have video versions of the ad and image versions of the ad. So let's just click in here. And this image was created by AI. That's not an image I have, but you can see what it did. It took an image, which actually is one of our key images, but probably not good for this ad. It took an image, the images that we set up earlier, and it kind of created some combination with some text over top of it. Probably not a great image. I don't see that grabbing people's attention to become part of the foster community. Also, this one maybe. Oops, I didn't mean to click it that way. Let's see if we can get through this. Oh, I just added it. I wanted to go like this. I see that also isn't a great image. I wouldn't keep these images. I don't even know what this one is. That is weird. All right, so we're going to get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Let's say we don't like any of the images that they gave us. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to my media. And remember, I went before we started all this, and I went through and grabbed some images. So I can go over here and say, I'm gonna use this one. It seems slower than normal. And we're gonna just adjust it a little bit for each of the different versions. Save the changes. So we've just added that as our options. Let's just do one more just for today. These are just the images. We're going to also go look at the videos in just a second. And I realize that when you're launching an ad, you might not do both video and image, but I'm doing this basic run through just so you can see all of the options you have. It does feel slower than normal. Run over here real quick. How does the payment work? Do you pay them all? I'll show you that in just a moment, Martine. It's a great question. I'll show you in just a moment. All right, so we're still waiting for this image. That is frustrating. Let's see. Run over here again. I'll answer your question, and then I'll show you, Martine. But essentially, what's going to happen is you're going to say, I'm going to spend $5 a day, and then Launch Ads is going to choose which. It's going to put the spend over all of the different ones. It's going to distribute it, or you can say $50 a day. It's going to distribute your spend over all of these iterations of your ad, which gives it the option to start getting them out there and seeing which ones perform. So you just tell it, I want to spend X dollars a day, and it's going to take care of all the distribution for you. Let's see. Let me see if I click X, if it'll keep this one image. Yes, you see it showing up here on the left. Over on the left, you can see the images are there. So it did grab those images. We're just going to go with that for now. These will be the 3 images. That will be the image that we're going to use. Let me just see. Not suggested media. My media. Let's try grabbing this one. I'm not sure why this is taking so long, but I don't want to wait for it. All right. You can see that when you select images, they're all going to be added in this row here. Oh, there, that one came up. Well, let's do this. I like that, and that's fine. Okay, save changes. All right, now we've got at least another version of images added over here. Let's go down to videos for the ad and click on this. And again, it created some videos for us. Let's go take a look at one of them and see. I don't know if I have my sound shared. I should. So it took our logo image and it added this text over top of it with a little flashing. I don't know what that thing is. Let's try this one. Yeah. Again, it's using a graphic that isn't really helpful. Better images are going to give us better videos. Let's say we don't like any of these videos. We're going to go down here and we're going to get rid of them. And I'm going to go try something different. I'm just going to go over here to suggested. The second icon down is suggested media. Let me ask, is anybody else using launch ads today? Like this thing is generate more. Nope. Let's just go to Shutterstock. Okay, so foster care. These do not look like foster care videos. Weird. Search. Fostering a kitty. No. Yeah, we're not finding anything right here. Well, let's see what this one is. These are 30-second videos. Okay, we're going to grab this one just so we have something to put in our video ad. And X. All right, now when we look at our ad combinations, you can see that it took, these are the images I selected with the header and the main text. These are all the combinations. So we've essentially set up the creatives for our ad. Now we're going to scroll down through here to the next sections, which are targeting, website, and budget. So for targeting, we're going to drop that down. And you can see that they recommended these social causes. So based on the fact that we're a foster care agency and this makes sense. Social change, social movements, maybe activism, nonprofit organization, people. These are kind of the interests or the social causes that the AI has gone and read our website and said, hey, these are the kinds of people you may want to target. Now, you can always go in and edit and just choose specific targets that you want. Again, if you're just starting out with ads, it's not a bad idea to just take what Launch Ads gives you and start running ads that way. The first ads I ran with Launch Ads, I think I put my business information in. I put a couple of pieces of information about the product and ran it, and I had incredible success just with what Launch Ads gave me. But I'm sure that varies depending on your product, depending on your website, depending on what you have. But it's not a bad idea to just say, I'm just going to take what they gave me and run with it. I would probably bump this age up to 22, and 65 plus is fine. And you see I have 4 specific areas listed in my targeting here. I did that earlier in a previous ad, so it kept that. All right, so we can also do lookalike audiences and retargeting. That's more advanced. We're going to leave that as is. Let's just say this is what we want our targeting to be. And then the website this is important because this is where they're going to go when they click learn more. So I actually would want to take them directly to the donate landing page of my website. So we would go to fosteringthefuture.com/donate. or whatever it is in your page, your landing page for your lead magnet, your landing page for your sales page, whatever it is. You put the specific URL in here that they're going to click on when the ad is run. And then the last thing is the budget. And you can set this as low as $5 a day. And if you look over here on the right, watch the numbers change. You see that this says forecasted results. So we've got the audience, 1,300,000 to 1,500,000. We got the forecasted results right here. And basically watch those results. If I make it $25 a day, I'm going to go to 7 to 33 clicks per day. So nothing wrong with starting at $5 a day. Probably you don't want to start at $250 a day unless you have serious money to spend, and $200 is nothing, and you've done some research on ads. You're already well on the way. So for somebody starting out, set it at $5 a day, and then you click launch campaign. And this is the last piece before you actually get what the next step. When you click create here, it's going to submit it to Facebook. And then once they approve it, it will start running the ad. So that is a basic run through of getting started, getting your social media connected, getting an ad created. And I'm not going to click create because I still have a bunch of creatives. We're rebranding right now. And as soon as we get the rebranding, I'm going to be running a lot of ads. But for today, I'm not going to click create on that. I'm going to come and say, hey, what's going on?
Quick question, Kevin.
Yeah.
So I had a question in the chat about carousel ads. I don't know how those work, but when I tried to play around and put something in there, it looks like it's either running carousel or this type of ad. Can you just share a little bit about the carousel ads, please?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Dwight said it was running a bit slow for him earlier. Yeah, let's take a look at that. So carousel ads, let's do share screen again and go back to the window right here. Nope. Yeah, that's it. All right. So let's go up to the type of ad up here. Let's see, ad format, and change it to carousel. So when you choose carousel, that's what you're running. Maybe that's your question. You're either running image and video or carousel. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, and I don't even know what a carousel ad is. So-
Okay. All right. Well, you can see it over here on the right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Carousels are made up. You can see at the bottom here, it says remove card of cards. And what's going to happen is instead of just, let's go back, instead of just an image. So this would be an ad with a video that, we got the text at the top. We got one video and a link. A carousel is going to be, you might even have, you could do something like a series of text on the screen that is you ever like on Instagram where it says, here are 7 things that everybody should know, and then you have to swipe to see number 1 and swipe to see number 2 and swipe to see number 3.
Mm-hmm.
It can be that kind of a thing. So you see that they're going to have this ability to swipe left and right.
But they show up in the same place in Facebook?
Yeah. This is in the same place. So if you watch over here in this center section, right where it says fostering our future, right where I'm highlighting, if we change it to image, it's the exact same space. It just has an image or a video instead of the carousel.
But you can't do both at the same time, it seems like. Is that
not
true?
on one ad, right?
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to confirm. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Can I see how you generate videos and pictures? All right, let's go back here. Let me follow this.
Just quick follow up on the carousel before you
Yeah.
move on. What's your experience with them? Like, do they work well for certain types of ads, or what's your take on them?
That is a great question for Greg. As I try to mention on my basic calls, I'm not an ads guru. I'm a tech guy, and I can show you how to use the machine. But Greg is the guy who will say, what's your experience with carousel ads versus other ads? We don't have your mic on, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just got back. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, so carousel ads are typically for e-commerce stores. So if you're trying to sell some e-commerce stuff and you have multiple products that might, that one doesn't interest me, that one doesn't, oh, that one interests me. So that's kind of good. And the other thing we've done effectively with carousel ads is we've kind of ran like story carousels where like one slide talks to the next slide, talks to the next slide, talks to the next slide to kind of get a point across. And those used to be able to work good, but I don't know how well they work now because with the AI and the technology, it's going to show the slide that gets viewed the most. But theoretically, if you told the story, they're all going to get viewed, or the first one's going to get viewed first. But I don't typically do carousel ads unless I'm doing e-commerce stuff. I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, great. Thank you, Greg. I had a quick question earlier when you stepped away, just to confirm on the advanced call, you'll do the lead magnet part of your atomic.
Yep, that's what I've got planned. I'm getting ready for it right now.
I can't wait. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, and if anybody's new to the call, I do an initial hour where we just really try to talk about how the software works and the technicalities of using it. And Greg does an hour after that where he really talks about how to run ads and the strategies for ads and learning how to tune your ad, your landing page, all of that stuff. So that's what Vina is talking about the second hour. I'm going to answer this question. Jan, could you demonstrate how to run Google and Bing ads? I can't at the moment, just because I mentioned early in the call, I've got this demo account that I'm using right now, and I need it to be upgraded. Greg, I asked Josh to upgrade this demo account for me so I can have all of I don't have all the platforms listed here, but as soon as I get those,
what is the name? Kevin Strite?
Kevin at kevinstriteonline.com.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
Okay, cool. And then if we can get that up, I can at least show you Google ads, Jan. But everything that you do in launch ads is going to be very, very similar. It's really the process of putting in your putting in your offer, letting the AI system write your ad copy for you, and then first of all, connecting to the platform, and then going through that process. But we can definitely take a look at that. All right, let's see here. Can I see how you generate videos and pictures? Absolutely. Let's go into a little bit of that for now. So
you hit refresh, you got all the platforms now.
Oh, that's cool. Let's just see how amazing Greg is and responsive. We're all holding our breath. Oh. It didn't show me. Let's see. Do we have the filter on? Nope, we're on all.
Maybe I did the wrong account. kevinstrite@gmail.com?
No, Kevin at kevinstriteonline.com.
Oh, well, now that one's upgraded.
Just keep upgrading all of my accounts. I want everything on every account.
Okay, I did the wrong account.
Let's see here. So we're talking about generating videos and pictures. We'll do that while we're waiting for this. So let's go into. We can do it in a couple of ways. Let's just go to the Creative Hub, and in the Creative Hub, you can see My Creatives and Template Library. So here's a bunch of templates. Like if you're a moving company, we have stuff you can start with: car dealership, Pilates. You can see all of these. I've honestly never gone in here and looked at these templates. Have you, Greg? You're probably in there all the time.
No, I haven't either, because I just have no need for them personally.
Yeah, exactly. But here's psychiatry. I mean, you could start with something that's already there, or we can go to My Creatives. And let's do I'm going to create a folder here. And I'm going to call this live Q&A examples, or whatever you'd want to do, and create it. I'll have to select folder tags. We're going to do chiropractor. All right. So now in the live Q&A examples, we're going to create some images and some videos for a chiropractor. So we're going to create. Let's see, add mock. Maybe all my platforms are here now. I'm not sure, Greg. But But let's stay with Meta for now. And what you can see is over on the right, it's starting an ad. So it's basically setting a template up for ads that you can come back and use over and over. But let's go now into images and video. And we're going to go down here to video. And I'm going to go generate more. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, guys. Let's do an AI. Well, actually, let me take a step back. See how you generate videos and pictures. Michael, do you mind tell me a little bit more, because there are a lot of different video and picture things we can do. So what are you just saying? How do you generate a picture, or how did I find the pictures I was looking at? Maybe give me a little bit more so I don't just wander down a path that you're not looking for. Because I was getting ready to go look at avatar videos, and that may not be at all what you're looking for. Generate videos and pictures. Right. If you can unmute and just, because I can go generate videos and pictures. Last class. All right. I'm still a little bit lost. So we have design. I'm just trying to think which one you want to. We could do suggested media.
I think I was showing the UGC the last class, or weren't we?
The what?
He said in the last class.
Oh.
Or last week. Because really what you do is when you create that brand context, and you make sure that your name and your vision and your website, and then you make sure the right media is there, when you hit generate right here, it just generates videos on the fly. And some of them turn out really okay.
Right.
And some of them turn out crappy.
Yeah, and especially what I am showing you right now is you don't want graphics, right? This logo, number one, it's not the right logo, but you want actual images that you're going to be using. I wish I have another account with better videos, but I probably can't get into it real quick.
Okay. My audio is back, so I think I can talk now. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Gotcha.
Yeah. So when you put, I've been using my own videos for my ads. So
okay,
I was trying to maybe try something else. Use what the AI does. So once you click generate, you just create something for you on its own, or it reads your website, or how does it work?
Yeah. So it's going to, like what Greg said, it's going to use your brand context. So what I did is I'm going in here right now and I'm choosing a couple of images for this video and save the changes. All right. So we've got a couple of videos. Let's do one more. Let's choose this one as well. I'd like to choose that one. Here, let's choose this one. All right, and we're just gonna so first of all, we're gonna grab a couple of images, and you saw how I found these images, right? I went into Shutterstock and just grabbed some based on a search. So now I've got these images, and I am in I'm gonna click next, and we could add a logo. We've got brand info, text, and audio optional. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this logo here. So we've added a logo, website, English, and we're going to go next. Now it's got, basically it took the information from my prompt earlier, and we got headlines. So foster a future, change lives. We're giving it some options. It's got descriptions. Again, this pulled from my brand information. We can have a title, care accounts, foster hope, foster ready. I'm actually ignoring these, but obviously anything you can change before you get to it. And features. No, it's 20 characters. This is not, these are not things I would want to advertise, but we're going to leave it there. So we're giving it little pieces. We gave it the video, we gave it the brand information. We're giving it a little bit of a text here. We can click generate again to create new ones. I'm going to go next. And we can choose a script from AI or use your own script. I'm going to choose a script from AI and click create. All right, so now it's going to go through and using my images from my brand, also that I selected, and the text, the headers and the copy, and it's preparing some creatives for us. So we'll give that a little bit of time. It's 10%. I'll come back over here and see if there are any other questions. I don't see any right now.
I have a follow-up question.
Sure.
Yeah, if you don't mind, let me share my screen. I did an ad, so I would love to do some retargeting. So let me share my screen here. Okay, hold on. Yes, so now it also has to do with this. Are you seeing my screen?
It's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It also has to do with this problem of zero audiences. You said Greg was going to talk about that. So I came to retargeting, and I'm trying to do an ad for maybe people that watch my previous ad, my video. I don't know. So I clicked on this. Now it's not seeing my previous ad video. When I select videos, it's not seeing my previous ad video. Maybe because I stopped it, I don't know. It's only seeing my videos on my Facebook, my Instagram. I don't know why this is taking time, but it's not seeing my previous ad to select those that watch my ad previously. So I'm trying to understand, how does this retargeting work? How do I do a retargeting?
Okay, let's hold off on that one. And it's a great question, but if you don't mind, let's hold off on that. We'll finish the video creation.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to that. I'm gonna just so we don't get lost in the process here.
Okay,
so I'm gonna go back over here, and I should be sharing screen now. Yeah. Okay. So let me go over here. All right. So you can see that these are the videos that were created after the process that you were watching before. So if you want to watch them, let's go take a look at this first one. So this is a 15-second video. Change lives for $1. Let's change family care together. $1 a day helps foster families and children thrive. Join the movement now. That's actually, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. I like how they did that with the images and created that. So again, that was the first one. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Where did my window go? Darn. It was in. Well, darn. Any idea what happened, Greg? It went somewhere. And I had a bunch more I could look at, and now they're gone.
I had stepped away. I didn't even see it.
Oh, yeah. No, I had a bunch of videos, and I was going to walk through them, and then the window went away.
If you do control tabs, do you show it hidden behind another window? If you do control tabs, your tabs?
Yeah,
windows,
no, it's not. It was like a little slide out here, and it went away. Shoot. Videos for the ad. There they are. Okay, Smart Creative. I had to click on the Smart Creative again. Okay, so here's another one.
How did you find the Smart Creative? Where was it?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's all right. When I was in, let's go back here. So when I was looking at the ad itself, this little button right here almost looks like an Instagram kind of a thing, but this little button is Smart Creative. You see that?
Okay. Yeah. So you created them with the smart creative.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And that's where I went. So, and you can see the different versions. And again, then I can choose. Let's just watch one more here. I don't like change lives for $1, obviously. Future ready. But I do like, again, look, one of the things that this does for you is it'll take images and create movement on it, create a video, as opposed to having to go through the process of using InVideo or some other video processor to build your video. It'll just take some images, but it creates some movement in your ad, which is a really nice attention grabber. So,
and you know what else it does sometimes is if it's got a little bit of an interrupt and people stop people, and then those words come over the picture, but it's kind of hard to read.
Yeah.
It's like they hit refresh or they watch it again because it loops, I think, and then they watch it again and again, and then that watch time then goes up, which helps the algorithm serve it to more people.
Nice. Good point. Yeah, because they want to go back and they say, I missed that one text, that one sentence or whatever, and they're just going to keep rewatching it.
Yeah, and you'll notice on some of these viral videos that they run them real fast.
Yeah.
Or they do something to them where it's like you have to watch them 2 and 3 times to see what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
It's such a great strategy, right? Because it's like now instead of getting one video view, you're getting 2 or 3 per person. And the algorithms love that one.
Cool. Well, that is kind of the basics, guys. Is there any other basic question? I know, Michael, you have that question about retargeting, I think.
Yeah.
And I think we'll just, I don't know if we want to segue with that. Greg, if you want to talk, can you edit this videos? Okay, let's do that, Vina, before we get to the retargeting. Let's stay on the videos. I'll show you. Yes, you can. So you create your video. And then let's go back because we know where to find it now. We click on Smart Creatives. And let's say, well, okay, remember when I said I don't like change lives for $1? I'm going to click the pencil here, and it's going to actually bring up a video editor. And you can see down here at the bottom, if you've ever used CapCut or any video editor, you're going to see if I pull this handle back, right, you can see everything that's happening when it's happening. So if I go right here, there is a piece of text, change lives for $1. Is it this one? Yep, right there. So I clicked on it, and or whatever, right? So I just wanted to show you can edit.
Can you change the color?
You can
of
click
that
on
thing right
any.
there?
Yep.
Like if it
So
looks
this is
white.
the rectangle. This one right here.
Yeah.
So let's see. So it's all a matter of learning how to use the stuff over here on the left. Let's go
It's
see.
the
There's
top left. I see color 1. Is that at the top? Oh, there it is. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. So I
Okay.
can change this to whatever color I want. You can see it changing it over there, or using a hex code.
Well, that's the background, right? Not the text. It's probably the.
Oh, you wanted to change the color of the text? My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the one on with the baby, you couldn't really read it. You know what I mean?
right. Exactly. Right. Exactly. So yeah. So I changed the rectangle instead of let's go over here. Now we're in the text, and here's the color right here. I believe that's white. Yeah, so you can change the color of the text.
Oh, awesome. That's
Yep.
awesome. Thanks to
Yeah, you're
Michael's question.
Yeah, no, it's a good question, and there's a lot you can do.
And then while you're there, just show them that retargeting real quick. Because really, you're just clicking on that button, retargeting, if you have an audience. If you don't have an audience, you have to create the retargeting audience, which, again, keep in mind, anything regarding Facebook or Meta, you can always Google, how do I create a retargeting audience? And it's going to find videos and tech, how to show you how to do that in your Facebook Ads Manager. And then it's always going to show up in here. And then we're going to stop the recording and swap it over to the new title.
Yeah, sounds good. So So Michael, I don't know if we want to show yours or just look at this. So if we change this goal to, well, actually, sorry, my bad, not that. We were going to go down here and change the targeting and edit this. And if we say retargeting, so create a video engagement audience. What piece of it, Michael, were you not sure about?
Yeah. So, first of all, it was when I picked some retargeting options, it showed me zero audience. I ran an ad for like a couple of days, 7 days. So I wanted to retarget those that watch my ads, and I paused the ad. So when I did retargeting, it's showing me videos on my Facebook page, Instagram page. I want the individuals that watch that ad. Yeah.
Well, do you have any idea how many people watched it with your video views?
Yeah. I had probably about 80 to 100 people that watched the ad.
Okay, so when you think about that really quick, when you only had 100 people, let's say,
yeah,
and then you say, okay, retarget those 100 people, you might get 2 or 3 impressions a day, right? Because they might not be on today, they were on yesterday. Depending on your audience, like me, I'm not on Facebook but 2 or 3 times a week, right?
Okay.
So as a consumer, so really you want to get those video views up into the hundreds and then to the thousands, and then it's going to be retargeting and really showing your stuff. But you can set the retargeting up, and as those audiences grow, it's going to show it to more people.
Okay, so what you're trying to say that you just put on the retargeting automatically?
Yeah, like you create your retargeting audience, put your ads together, and give them a $5 or $10 a day budget or whatever, and hit go. And you might not get any impressions today or tomorrow and the next day, but as soon as you continue to do ads and you're trying to get more video views or more engagement, it's going to continue to do that. You might want to just change it to engagement of your page or engagement of your IG page or something like that. But that audience is going to keep growing based on the parameters you gave it.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, Greg, you want to transition?
Yep, let's transition. I'm going to end the recording and start a new recording. You do the streaming.
Yes, sir.